Oh my goodness. So these lions have actually come through and they've disturbed a leopard. This leopard is very, very nervous. Might have been walking through the grass here and all of a sudden these lions came through. Today, Barden and I are going to be on the hunt for some lions out here on the Turana concession in Botswana's Okavango Delta, and we would love it if you came along for the ride. We've come back to the place where we had the 2 Turana males in the last episode to see if we could try and catch up with them, and we've actually just discovered these 2 lionesses, and it looks like they're making their way towards the 2 male lions in the distance. Now this is interesting because the last time we caught up with the 2 male lions, our theory was that maybe the big dominant male lions in the area were actually chasing these 2 out of the pride. So to see them with 2 lionesses now, I mean, it must be the 2 lionesses from their pride. Otherwise they wouldn't tolerate the presence of these 2 youngsters. Having a little bit of fun.
You can see how the lesson is over there. Sitting down watching.
But look at those young males still on the mound. Have not moved. And these 2 boys are probably taking advantage of the fact these lionesses are around. 4 lions are definitely better than 2. But I love this light glowing in their eyes. Now, I mean, it's not the highest of termite mounds, but it does give them enough elevation to be able to look around and see what's out there. Oh, suddenly interested in where that other lioness is going. So there's one lioness that's perched back on the opposite side of the termite mound, just in the shade behind these 2 young males. And now the other lioness is off into the grass again. And I think what she's doing is looking for something to flush out. So these 3 are almost standing guard on the top of the termite mound, looking out, looking for opportunities, watching where this lioness is going, but also looking for her signals. So if she does find a hunting opportunity, whether she signals them to come and assist her or not. And it looks like the dominant males in the area are not around, so they can stick around for a little while. Well, it looks like the other lioness is joining her. But the 2 young males are still undecided, it seems. Ah, there we go. I didn't think they'd want to be left behind on the termite mound. Especially if food's on the cards.
It's a leopard. What? It's a leopard.
Oh yes, in the tree! No way! Oh my goodness. Well spotted, Barden. So these lions have actually come through and they've disturbed a leopard. So you can see this leopard is very, very nervous. Might have been walking through the grass here and all of a sudden these lions came through. But it looks like the lions are not really interested in the leopard. They're continuing on their way. But I think we might leave these lions be. I think let's try and stick with this leopard for a little bit. And maybe see if it's a leopard we know. From this distance, it's a bit difficult to tell. I mean, she's sitting pretty high up in that tree. You can only really see her tail hanging down. And a little bit of the colour of her coat as the sun shines on her. But I'm not sure it's a tree she wants to stay in the whole day. And I say that because it doesn't have a lot of foliage. It has a lot at the top, but not enough to be shady. Look at how skittish she is. She's very much wondering where those lions are going and making sure that she's safe. But you can see she's relaxing a little bit more. I think from her vantage point she can see where they're going. It seems like they're moving through this long grass, but they're moving in the complete opposite direction to where she is. So she should be okay for now. The question is, what was she doing? Because there is an impala ram up ahead. So was she hunting and the lions disturbed her, or was she maybe moving through, or was she in that tree in the first place? Judging by the posture of when we first saw her, I think she might have been on the ground, and then as the lions came through, she got a bit of a fright. Or looks like she might want to come down. Or is she just moving her leg? She might also just be getting more comfortable. Because it does sound like there's actually another lion calling quite far in the distance, but it's in the direction we had come from before we found these lions. So she might be a little bit nervous of that one as well, trying to figure out, is it coming her way? Is it far enough that she can escape? But she does look like she wants to come down. Such an awkward angle. I mean, look at how she's sitting. She's literally got one back leg up, one back leg hanging down. Her front paws are trying to hold her up on a much thinner branch. I mean, she can't be super comfortable. There we go. So we're not actually sure which leopard this is. We haven't seen her before. And so we're not sure if she's one of the relaxed females of the area or if she's maybe a little bit more shy. So we're not sure what she's going to do when she comes out the tree. She might just run for it. Oh, there's a bit of a stretch. Oh, look at that. She's still very nervous, and rightfully so. She doesn't stand much of a chance against those lions. And there she is, out the tree. So we're going to try to follow her for a little bit, but we'll see. It seems like she really wants to get away from those lions. She's very, very nervous, so we're just trying to give her a bit of space so that we don't block her way. But you can see how she keeps going to every little high point, scanning before she moves. So she might very well make a run through it, through this open area. But she needs to stop and check. Because if she doesn't, there's a good chance they may chase her.
Now, moving out in the open like this is really unusual for leopards, but I think desperate times call for desperate measures. She seems really flustered. She's trying to get away as fast as she possibly can. It looks like she's making her way towards the tree line. And I would expect her to. Not only is it further away from the direction the lions were walking in, but also those trees are going to make a really great vantage point.
You think she's hunted?
Yes, she's in the tree. Look at how much more relaxed she is. Can you see how she's starting to groom herself? She knows that from here she's got a great vantage point over the whole grassland where she's just walked across, but also on the open floodplain behind her. So if those lions do decide to come here, it's also a great tree where it doesn't have too many branches in the bottom, so she can make a quick getaway if she needs to. But until then, and she may not even need a quick getaway, the lions walked in the complete opposite direction. For now, she can just lounge away. It's got some nice big branches for her to just rest. We don't know who this leopard is. It doesn't appear that she's very well known in this area, but because of where we are and where we found her, Barden and I have decided to call her the pom-pom female. Now, pom-pom in Botswana actually means mosquito, and out here where she is on the floodplains, these would normally be filled with water, and of course where there's water, there's breeding grounds for mosquitoes, so that is what we are going to know her as if we ever come across her again. And that way we're just able to easily identify her from other leopards. She doesn't strike me as being relaxed enough that she wants to stay in that tree. I think at the moment she's just enjoying the shade. She's enjoying the fact that there's a very decent sized branch below her and it's quite comfortable. But I have a feeling she's going to get out of this tree. It's not often that you get to spend time with a leopard this close up and be able to admire their coat and their facial features. I mean, she's just beautiful. And I love those little rosettes on her belly, and then as they go up towards her face and her ears, they suddenly become very small spots. Oh, we're on the move again. When she was crossing the floodplain, you could really see how slender her body is, but quite short and stocky. But I mean, look at how easily she maneuvers herself around these branches in the tree. They're just so agile. She does have to still be careful and check around her, because just because those lions haven't come after her doesn't mean there's not something else here. But I really love that little tail wag as she's debating where to go and she's focusing. Oh, here she comes, here she comes. It looks like she is on her way, and I think she's just trying to get out of this area as quickly as possible, knowing that those lions could still be around. I think it's time to leave her be.
What a fantastic sighting that was, to see how that leopard reacted to the lions and then actually being able to follow her for a little bit. Oh, what a day. You really never know what's going to pop out here at any moment, but I guess we'll have to see what pops out next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment in the comment section below and tell us what you thought of this week's WILDwatch Virtual Safari.